everybody, welcome back once again to JJ's PC Build. You know it is JJ with you once again. Okay, today we're going to be doing graphics card nightmares right here on the channel. I know you guys are going to say, Jay, where you been for the last 3 days? Okay, I'm going to explain. One, I've been working on my health so that way I can stay healthy, so that way you guys will see me on more videos. Hush. That phone's really going crazy. And also, too, I had to see doctors and everything else, and, many things came about. And on top, I'm rearranging again my content creating area because I got in the works a hideaway bed, which you guys see I got a bed right behind me. Okay, this is a small little, studio apartment kind of thing. So I'm gonna have a hideaway bed, which it's gonna look like a dresser, kinda, but it's gonna have a little bit something different to it. Basically, I'm gonna start doing workouts and stuff like that. But I know you guys don't want to watch me work out and stuff like that. So I'm building on to the front of the hideaway bed a workout bench center. So when I fold it up, I can fold that out and, have like a little workout bench. This way it saves money going to the gym. I can do everything right here. So that's just what I got cooking right now. And yes, this desk right here, yeah, it's going to be changing. I'm going to get a new desk. It's all in the works. I've already got, the walls transformed. So now all I need to do is transform the desk. And also, too, just let you guys know, I got a brand new monitor. You guys are gonna ask me why I got a brand new monitor. Well, the thing is this. Sorry, I got another monitor because I got 2 monitors hooked up to this. Okay, now if I want to use a secondary PC as well as for caption, I can split it off to where the secondary computer will go to one monitor, and also too, it'll go to the capture card to my main PC. So basically, you can see what's on screen. That's going to be right here, because I'm going to take all this stuff out of here. I'm going to put it right here. And also, too, you'll be able to see on screen the same thing. So you see what I see. Just something I got working out, because I got my 2 monitors, right here. And I want one monitor right here. And I'm going to get rid of all this crap that's here. It's not crap, but, the boxes and stuff like that. But I'm still keeping the boxes because it's a part of the showcase that I'm going to be showcasing sooner or later. And also, too, I got my water jug from Walmart. This was $10. Look at this bad boy. Look at this. It locks. It's got a lock system on it. Hear that click? Okay. Now, when you got it locked to where it's solid black, it doesn't unlock. See? It doesn't do anything. Now, if you push it to the right, look at that. Pops it right out. So, it's a 1-gallon jug. I keep my water in there because I'm staying hydrated. I have to drink a certain amount of water per day. So this holds my exact water count for the whole day. Right in here. A lot of people think I'm crazy about it, but no. So far, if I look, I just want to show you guys this real quick, so that way you guys can see that I've been tracking my weight. There. I don't know if you can see it very well. Here, we'll try again. So, you guys can see that I've been tracking my weight as I'm going through this adventure. I'm going to get down to 250 pounds if it kills me, which it probably will. Who knows? But anyway, let's go ahead and get on it. Let's go ahead and get to what we're here for today, graphics card nightmares. And we made it to the action screen. Let's go ahead and pull up Google Chrome. Actually, DuckDuckGo. We got DuckDuckGo. Let's type in Amazon. See what Amazon's got a smile about. Go to the all button, switch it down to computers, like we always do. Graphics card for gaming PCs. So, okay, here we go. We got a 580. I'm not even going to look at 470, 3060, not going to look at 4060 for 310. Not going to look at 3050, not going to look at it. I'm going to tell you why. These are nightmares. Okay, at this point in time, anything, and this is my opinion, not everybody else's, just my opinion, anything below 12 gigabytes of VRAM, very, very bare minimum, is going to struggle with the new games that are out there. Even the 4090, the RTX 4090 is even struggling with the new game, the Star Wars Outlaw. So, I mean, the 7900 XTX is even struggling. I mean, unless you bring your settings down to balance everything out, and you're losing a whole bunch of performance on the top end. You just get the bottom end. So basically, I mean, until they fix those games to make them more compatible with the older cards, I mean, it's really going to be a waste of money right now buying a graphics card. Somebody asked me the question. They said, Jay, they said to me, is it worth me waiting for the next generation? I can tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this very clear when it comes to a graphics card. And I'm hearing rumors that the next generation is going to be a little bit more expensive than everybody thinks. I could be wrong. I know there's somebody out there that's going to comment down below and say, no, Jay, it's going to be the same price. I don't think it is, because NVIDIA's already having to take things back to the drawing board and fix a few things. So that's going to be more cost for the R&D. So that means the cost is going to be added onto us, especially when they lost in the stock market over $200+ billion within the past week. You really think they're going to lower the prices of a graphics card? Obviously not. Just like with AMD, AMD is going through the same cloak and dagger when it comes to their graphics cards, because they're not talking about them. They're not telling reviewers anything about them. They're not, telling us nothing. So all we're getting is hopes and promises on leaks. That doesn't cut it for the consumer. They want to know what they can do to make their graphics card a little bit stronger, or get one that's a little bit stronger with lower cost. Inflation. Inflation's killing everybody right now. So I doubt that you're really going to get a top of the end graphics card to play these games. Even if they lowered the 4090 down to $700, the 4090, it's still not going to be able to keep up with the games. So you're just pissing on money that's not there. That money that you thought you were going to get the next best thing. If you're coming from a 30 series up or a 20 series up, yeah, your 40 series is going to be your next best thing. But here's a fair warning. You go and buy a 40 series right now, and the 50 series comes out, and you see one that's within the price of your wheelhouse, then you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot when you're sitting there scrambling around trying to sell that graphics card you just bought and lose money on it just to spend more money on a graphics card. See, it doesn't make sense. See, you have to buy conservatively. You wait. And I've always tell it, never jump for the next generation. I'm going to tell you this, never jump for the next generation until you start seeing the testing results. Anything that's on the next generation, wait until they put all the products out and it's all been tested before you decide to jump both feet into that product. Look, it was a month. It was over a month and a half that the RTX 4070 here was already out before I decided to buy it. The 7800 XT, which my neighbor has it right here, he loves it, so I'll leave him alone with it. But I waited, a 6-month time for that. I think it was a 6 month or 8 month, somewhere in there. But I didn't jump on it until I've seen the benchmarks. See, I buy like the consumer. I'm not just an average reviewer that reviews product. I want to get the whole spectrum of what's going on with the product. I don't want to get product and talk about it and it's crap. That's what happens now these days. Everybody gets their hands on product and they talk about it, they test it, and they say, oh God, it's the greatest thing in the world. And then something new comes out and guess what? That product's crap. You want to stay one step ahead of the curve. Everything that they've been putting out for the last 2 generations, 3 generations, has been crap. And everybody just keeps feeding into the crap. The only thing that I seen that caught my attention was the RTX 4070. Out of all NVIDIA lineup, including the 4090, which is crap. The 4070 is the only one that stood out. Everybody asks me, well, why does it stand out so much? Well, because it's the only one. This is the only model that has an 8-pin connector that draws up to 200 watts max. That goes up to 3 gigahertz. That stays at 62C. And the hotspot, the max I ever seen the hotspot go is to 72, 73C. It stays within the boundaries. Gives a hell of amount of FPS, which I've got shown you guys on many videos. So, no matter if they said this was $600, $500, or $400, this has got the 12 gigs of RAM, VRAM. It's the GDDR6X VRAM. The new graphics card that they're coming out with this version is the GDDR6. And if you buy it, you might as well just shoot yourself in the foot. I'm sorry. I mean, 4070 Super to me is no different than the 4070. Same processor. Only thing they did, they upped the TDP in it. And everybody's like, oh yeah, well they put more of this and more of that. Well, don't you think the 4070 has that? All they did was lock out a certain amount of cores from one to the next. But they're all the same. This is all the same processor. The 4070, the 4070 Super, the 4070 Ti are all the same. Now the 4070 Ti Super, the 4080, and the 4080 Super are all the same processor. And the 4090 is on its own. The 4090 is leagues away from the 4080. Who knows why? But NVIDIA could have done a solid for everybody and says, you know what? Instead of changing the VRAM to 12 gigabyte GDDR6, why don't we make this one GDDR7 16 gigabytes? That would have been a game changer. It would have gave 1.5% uplift, and performance would have jumped up as it would have surpassed a little bit of the 4070 Super. So either way you look at it, and I'm going to tell you this, and you have to understand that when it comes to the product only changes when you change something on that PCB. Okay? Or you lock something off. Because they got microchips on there that, can lock things off, that, you can go in there and you can manually set it a different way, and then, you can up the amount of power and stuff. I mean, there's so many things you can do with it. They tell you you can't do anything with it. You can't add VRAM to that PCB. Well, yeah, you can't, because for the simple fact they didn't put all the components on there. But if you go and add all the blank spots and fill in all the pre-existing blank spots and you trace everything, yeah, you can bring this up to 16 gigabytes of VRAM on a 4070. There's a catch, and that's the catch. You got to add the rest of the components in. They could have made this 16 gigabytes of VRAM, but they didn't. I'm just giving a helpful hint to NVIDIA, just telling you straight up. Anyway, let's move on. We don't want to make this a long video, so... Oh yeah, we don't want to do that. Let's see, is there anything that's special today? Oh my goodness. Well, at least they got $200 A750 Titan OC, 8 gigabytes of GDDR6. Boy, that's special. I got one of these already. Oh my goodness. Anything special? Yeah, you get 2 games with it. So you can get a 7700 XT with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Same thing as going to be the 4070 non-X. Right here. And that's probably what you're going to be spending. About $400 to $500 for that GPU. So, and lose 1.5% the performance by stepping down the VRAM to GDDR6. So that's going to be more or less for rasterization. It's not going to be for your ray tracing. I know you guys are going to say I lost my mind on that, but no, I did not lose my mind. As far as ray tracing, I'm going to put it to you. This right here, the 4070 with GDDR6X holds its own. Stepping it down by 1.5%, you're going to be losing 1.5% off of that graphics card, on top of the performance it pushes to and stores and everything else, and the cutbacks that they made on it. So you'll be lucky to see anything on that for performance. All right, moving on. Let's go to Newegg. And by the way, there was nothing interesting on Amazon this week. So let's see what Newegg has interesting. 5% off, not even worth it. Let's see, Star Wars. This is 4070 Ti Super. Get a $100 game limited offer with the Asus TUF for $850. So take $100 off of that, $750 for a 4070 Ti Super. Not a 4070 Super, a 4070 Ti Super. So this is only going to cost you like $150 more than an actual 4070. Or $100 more than a 4070 Super. That's a good deal. Okay, that's a good deal. So just keep that in mind. This is a $10 off on a 4070 Super. That makes that 589, 590 bucks. Really. Zotac got this. You got 4080 Super for $1,099 with the $20 off promo. Wow. So that whole $20 is really going to break the bank. It's really going to break that bank. Oh my God. Oh. Game bundle. I bet you that's not too. I don't know. If it's a $100 game bundle or a $200 game bundle, makes that $190 for a $200 game bundle. Yeah, that might be something you might be looking at. 7800 XT, 564. I just keep moving past it. 60, 40, 4070 Super. Get a $100 game with the 4070 Super. Makes that $600, moves it down to $500. So with that package, about 500 bucks. And I'm sorry, I don't like Gigabyte. I'm not a fan of it. Yep, 4090, $1,800. Came down a couple $100 since the last depression. I mean, 2 months ago. So that makes that $1,700. Let's see, what else? Is there anything good? Who the hell would sell a 3080 10 gigabyte for $737? Are they nuts? I would not pay for the most I would pay for a 3080 would be $350. Inflation, I say. So, anything good? Select a game bundle, 7900 XT. Probably a 2-game bundle. Makes that $590. And you get 20 gigabytes of VRAM. Is it worth it? If you like rasterization, not so much ray tracing, yeah. It could be worth it. But I can tell you most of the new games coming out with the Unreal Engine, was it Snowdrop Engine? You're going to need ray tracing. If not, it's going to look like crap. I mean, I already had somebody show me, okay, on their screen, they videoed it to me live and showed me on their screen with that Snowdrop Engine and a 4090 with ray tracing, and they were running 4K, and it looked like crap. So I looked at him and said, you know what, you best to bring it down to 1440p. Make the hertz on the monitor 165 hertz. And run that not at an ultra setting, but run it at a high setting. And see what you come up with. After a little bit of checks and balances, we were able to get a better FPS, around 100 FPS, and get a better balance. And he's happy with it. So, but still, if you got to cut performance for a game to play it, that's bad. So, even the 7900 XTX still has the same problem the 4090 does. They both do at 4K. And everybody has to get this in their mind. 4K eats up FPS like crazy. A lot of people are understanding 4K isn't where it needs to be. 1440p is where it needs to be. 1080p is where it needs to be. Look, I run 1080p. I don't have a problem with it. If it looks good on my screen at 1080p, I'm happy. That's all a part of, when you play your games. You want to be happy. Be happy with whatever screen resolution you want to run at and however you want to balance it. But just remember, FPS ain't everything, especially with those games. Let's see. Do we see anything that's monstrous that will cut a deal? Um, cut a deal. Guys, I really, truthfully, I was kind of hesitating making today. This has got a game bundle with it, 7800 XT, 16 gigabytes of GDR6. Make that about $370 with that game bundle. Might be worth it. Look, I'm not here to influence you guys. I'm here to tell you what's I'm thinking about this stuff. I'm just talking out loud so you understand, what I'm thinking about this. And truthfully, I can tell you, hands down, it's all crap. And I know you guys are going to lose it when I say that. But it is. It is complete, utter crap. Look at this. Would you have a GPU that looks like that? I like mine blacked out. Mine is all blacked out. Right there. All right, move on. Let's go to Micro Center. I know this is your final Micro Center kind of thing. We'll go to Micro Center real quick. And they got discontinued and overstock and open box. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick, just to give you guys a little tinge. Okay, they got a printer, a monitor, 1440p monitor for $180. And guess what? They got baby wipes. I mean monitor wipes. Samsung, same price I paid for it. That was back about 8 months ago. Still the same price. Keyboards, you can buy at Walmart. A whole gaming PC with the 5800 X3D. Look at the price. Think about it. A 70 RX 7600 and a 5800 X3D. Okay, so you're going to throw in a $160 processor with a $239 graphics card. So you're less than $400 right there. And the 16 gigabytes of 3200 megahertz, that's only $30. So you want me to pick this apart? 500 gigabyte solid state drive, that's another $30. So we're just at maybe 550, close to $600. But instead of building a 5800 X3D, you know what they could have done was they could have done a 7600 X3D, which is equal to the 5700X, which I found out. Moving on. I'm not going to procrastinate on it all day. Lee and Lee Galahad, $116. I paid $109 for mine, but you can't get them anymore. 180 hertz 1080p monitor for $129. Okay, mine's 1080p. Mine is 60 hertz, and I paid $99. Okay, moving on down the road. 149, 150 bucks. Don't like the case. Not for $71. Probably doesn't come with fans. Mine came with fans. Mine came with approximately 7 fans. But anyway. For less than $71. $72. I like that stand, but you can get one on Amazon for $20. Sorry, Micro Center, I'm picking you guys apart today. Monitech case, no airflow. Monitech King, no airflow. 75 hertz, $79. Well, I'll give them credit for this one. This one right here. I'll give them credit for that. So, and yes, I didn't have the big cursor today. I do apologize for that. I forgot all about it. $500 screen, ultra wide. You know what? For $500, I can get 5 monitors. Why am I going to buy just one when I can get 5 for $500? Doesn't make no sense. 179. I know you guys are going to say, well, you know, Jay, is because it's special. Ain't nothing. Whatever you see is what you see. If you want to look at it in a cinematic movie kind of view, then go to a movie theater. It's just a freaking game. Get real. Okay, let's get back to business. Let's get back to business. Sorry about that. Let's get back to business. Graphics cards. That's what we all came here to see. They have nothing available to ship. I wonder why. Maybe because they're trying to sell all these deals that AMD threw onto their plate inside of their store, because I guess they're losing kind of a little bit of money. So, yeah. In store only, guys. This is in store only. $600, $1,000, $800. Prices don't change since day one. Nothing. See, you got to remember, I'm going to glance over the ones that say $2,000. I'm not even going as far as $600 max. This is the budget I look at, between $300 and $600 for a graphics card. I am not going to pay $2,000 for something that's just as broke as a $600 one. So, I'll elaborate on it on Saturday about that broke thing. Just make sure you remind me. Let's see, 2 free games. Let's see, is there anything that they can throw at us that's going to be worth going for it? I mean, to me, I would think GPU manufacturers would do this. When they're bringing out a new line, they should lower the price and cut the price on all of their last generation GPUs in half. Okay, you guys are thinking I'm crazy about that, but if they want to sell them all out and they're not reproducing anymore, they're not really losing any money, because they get their profit margin from a different kind of venue. They would get some kind of they would get some kind of praising. The gaming community would give these GPU manufacturers. If, when the new generation comes out and it's going to be a little expensive, that's understandable. But the current generation or last should be cheaper, should be at least half price. Just saying. People don't have the kind of money with all this inflation. And I know you guys are hearing me when I say this inflation. This inflation's not just hitting the United States. This inflation's hitting the whole world. It's because it's called tax greed. That's what's going on. Everybody's trying to scoop up every dollar that they can squeeze out of the human population. And they think that money they can take with them when they pass on and go to the next life. Well, I hate to tell you, riches don't follow you. You go butt naked to the next life. So there you go. So people have to understand that you're not taking everything with you. But you need to learn to make everybody's life easier. Okay? We're only on this world one time until the next cycle. And then 100 years from now, I'll probably come back as a rock star. Who knows? Or I'll come back as the same person doing the same thing again. Who knows? But I can tell you right now, I'm not impressed by any of the prices from Micro Center. Not impressed at all. My final conclusion. GPU prices have stalled. Stalled. It means they're not going up and they're not going down in an average. So they're stalled. They're stalled because of the simple fact NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel are not pushing out the new products. They're stalling the products. So guess what? The GPU market is stagnating right now. And all you hear other reviewers say is this: oh my God, they're coming out with this, they're coming out with this, they're coming out with this. You know what? I'm not going to blow smoke up everybody's ass. Okay? The last review that they did, and they said they were going to do this, and it's going to be 100 hell of a time better. Look what happened with AMD and the new 9000 series, the X series. And I think I remember I said it's not going to be as good on one of my videos. And guess what happened? Everybody's saying, oh yeah, it's the best in the world. Yeah, okay. That's until the X3D comes out. And then the X version is going to be mystical distance within the matter of a week. So, enough with the smoke and mirrors. We all know that the 9600X can't beat a 7700X. We already know that. And the 9700X can't even beat the 7900X. We know this. We know the 7600 X3D is straight up competition with my processor, the 5700X. And they keep using the philosophy that more cache is better. It's going to make the games run better. Not when Microsoft's not only utilizing one half of it. With all this extra cache, you're not even checking to see if Microsoft's utilizing the full pack of it. The last time I checked mine and how much was being utilized was only 18%. And that's at 36 megs. And that's at full game tilt. So, I don't know. I mean, my GPU's performing 100%. My CPU's running right at the margin of 30%. So, we'll have to find out more. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to keep this a long video. It's already a long video. So, all I'm going to say is, sit and wait until 2025. Deal with what you have and wait until June of 2025 to see what they lay out as a new generation spread. Until then, I'd just wait. Me, I'm not jumping to the fact of getting all brand new parts just yet. Oh yeah, they could advertise, oh, this is this good and this is that good, you know. They're not advertising something that's high end for a low price. They're advertising something that's low end for a high price. Even the fact that, you know, Micro Center has a bundle deal with the 7600 X3D, I'm still not going to move on it. Even if they get a bundle deal with the 7800 X3D, I'm not going to move on it. Why am I going to move on something, and understand this, why am I going to move on something, a 7800 X3D, that's partially locked? You pay for the performance, but it's partially locked. And they say on the 9000X 3D series, they're going to be unlocked. Well, then how come you couldn't have unlocked it in the beginning? In the 7000 series. So like I said, I'm sitting still until all the new products come out for the next generation. That's all I'm going to tell you guys, and that's what I got for you today. And if you made it to the end of the video, make sure you subscribe, put a like on the video, and also to hit the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Until the next time, in the next video, you know it is, and we'll see you on the next one.